So I won't let y'all get, this classes can be fairly short or it can be fairly long. It's up to y'all. I want you to ask the questions that you have. I want you to feel comfortable using YouTube. It is by far, y'all already know from my experience with the pandemic, what it's done. It has been the best thing that I've done at Harry Norman, creating a channel. And the reason why is YouTube is the second most searched site in the world. And as an agent, you should consider creating a portfolio on YouTube featuring how great of an agent you are, whether it's listings, whether it's just basic knowledge, whether it's the knowledge of the area you work. YouTube is a great resource for short videos where you can explain everything. So I'm going to be promoting y'all to get a channel today. And to start y'all off, I'm going to go from the very, very beginning. Whether you have a Gmail account or not, you need to start at Google. So going to gmail.com, whether you have an account or not, will bring you to this window. Your goal is to create an account, whether it's having a Gmail email or just creating a straightforward account. Now, when you click on create account, you have two different options right off the bat. You can create an account for myself, which is you maintaining, or you can manage for business. And the reason why this is unusual is when you create to manage by my business, you're making it so that other people can maintain this YouTube channel as well. So if you're a part of a team, or if you have a partner when it comes to your business, this might be something you might want to consider. Okay. For myself, it is perfectly fine. You can create an account for yourself and you will start off as you, the agent, and you are creating a channel. Okay. So, but most of y'all have created a Gmail email. And I think that's the easier way to start. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use one of my secondary accounts, which is my offshore artist email. And I'm going to walk in to my YouTube account from Gmail. Now, as you know, YouTube is owned by Google. Even though it is the second most searched website in the world, it's considered its own entity because Google is the most searched site in the world. They've cornered the market. So I'm going to log into my Gmail email and I'm going to tether over to YouTube. When you get to your Gmail email, or if you just go to YouTube itself and log in, you will get to, I'm going to click on this multi-button option where it shows the features, and I'm going to hop into YouTube from my account. So what it's doing, it's connecting the dot between your Gmail, basically identity, your account, with the tool for YouTube. Okay. All right. So everybody feel comfortable understanding that? You can log straight into YouTube, or you can use Gmail to get into YouTube since they're combined.
Okay, so I could go directly into the YouTube account that I use to look at videos and stuff?
That's correct. Yes, they are connected. So that's why sometimes it's even worth it just to have a Gmail email, knowing that you're mainly using it for social purposes. All right. So when I logged into Gmail, you'll notice at the top right, my headshot's already there because it's a part of my Gmail email. It doesn't mean it's going to be there when you create your channel. You might have to implement a headshot, but it is there to start. All right. So my goal is to create my YouTube channel. At the top right where my account icon is, my headshot at the top right, here I might make this a little bit larger because I brought it down a little bit for the app files class. I'm going to click on my headshot. And what we're going to do is we're going to cover that there's two different ways of creating an account. You can either create the account right here, create the channel because I do not have one, or you can go into your settings and create a secondary channel. So for instance, if you've created a channel because of an organization you're in, or if you do a side business like photography or videos itself, you might want to create a secondary channel. When you click on settings, once again, right here, you can create the channel, add or manage your channels, or you can go into your advanced settings, which I'm going to come back to. But I want to create my channel first. The easiest way when you do not have a channel is just click on create a channel. Now, don't be afraid to do this. Creating a channel doesn't make all of a sudden everybody know you're on YouTube. That's not what that means. It's just kind of putting a profile out there. When you click on create channel, you have the opportunity to upload a headshot picture or whatever you'd like, if it's your own personal logo, whatever it may be. But remember, if you're creating a YouTube channel for business, it should be your headshot because you are marketing yourself. Also, when you name your channel, your name should be in the channel. Don't use something so obscure that someone cannot find you. Because once again, you're trying to take advantage of Google. When someone Googles you, this should be one of the items that comes up because your name's there. It's a win for you. Now, if you want to put Andrew Burr, comma, realtor. Oops, I shouldn't have tried to do the trademark symbol. Shame on me. Don't try to type in the trademark symbol. I just tried to do that. That was really bad. I think YouTube doesn't like the Alt button, so let's try this again. So, comma, realtor, create channel. And what it's going to do is it's going to tell you that we're starting the experience. All right. Just as quick as that, I created a channel. It used to be that when you click that button, it gave you like all these soft, congratulations on opening your channel and all that kind of thing. But they get to the point now in YouTube. All right. So there are 3 different areas that I'm going to cover today. First one is your settings for your channel as a whole. Okay, this is the stuff that makes the channel live, visible, and ready to roll. So to set up your settings for the initial full channel, I'm going to go up to the top where my icon is. I keep having to move my Zoom stuff. Sorry, y'all. And I'm going to select settings. Now, one thing you'll notice right off the bat, your channel is now live. So it's not create channel anymore. It exists. That's the quickest way to get to your channel to do any editing whatsoever, whether it's customizing, whether it's checking the analytics, whether just checking your video log. Your channel is your primary button. But I'm going to come down here to my settings option. Okay, this looks familiar from previous, right? Where you can add a secondary channel, check your features, stuff like that. So I'm going to start off by going down this line to explain what these are. Channel status and features. Okay. In your channel status and features, you're going to check your information. For instance, your basic information under channel is extremely important. I feel like people who create channels, they miss this the most. And this is kind of what I was talking about earlier with you, Neil. These are your keywords that are implemented across your channel. So when you put a video into place, these are your very first hashtags that are applied to that video. Sure, you can put more specific ones later on, but these are your primary hashtags. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the easy stuff. Select your country. United States. Also, I'm going into my keywords. So it already tells you enter comma separated values. So real estate, comma. Okay. Be smart with these hashtags. If you work a particular area, if you're an in-town agent or you're a Buckhead agent, take full advantage of these primary keywords that people are going to search. Your secondary ones are going to be more specific. So an example of this, I teach a class. Drew's pretty simple. Harry Norman Realtors, Atlanta Real Estate, technology, training. Those are my base. Then I go to the video. My class was about relocation. So my secondary hashtags will be relocation, moving to Atlanta, stuff like that, that is going to be applied to the video itself. So come up with your base here. So I'm going to put in, for instance, Harry Norman, because I know people are going to search Harry Norman. Trainer, technology, I think I hit an extra space, technology. Oops. You can always come back and edit these. But remember, you have 500 characters. So go all in here. Get your base. Think of these keywords, kind of like your meta words you use for websites. Think of what will help you the most to get visibility. Do I have any questions about keywords? Okay, so what we did was, just to checkpoint what we've done so far, we went into Google, whether you have a Gmail email or not, and I created a brand new account. I went up to the top right where my profile is, and I started a brand new channel that I named Andrew Burr Realtor.
So real quick.
Yes.
So do these kind of act like hashtags then?
They do.
Okay.
They do. It's YouTube's version of the hashtag, yes.
Okay.
So when someone does a search, it increases the odds, kind of like what meta search words are. But these are your base. These are the base for your account. So these are what people are going to not so much find your video, it's going to lead them more to your account. The videos are always a plus. And then, of course, the last thing I've just covered, I went up to the top where my account is. I went into my settings and I started my settings for the account. Okay, I want to recap. All right, so now that I've hit my basic info for hashtags, I'm going to go over to my advanced settings. Now, this is something people laugh at all the time, but yes, set this channel as made for kids. I always upload content that's made for kids. The reason why this is important, A, y'all aren't going to be throwing curse words or anything that's explicit, but you don't want to limit in any possible way someone finding your video. So I always click yes. Okay. When you load a list, it will, or load a video, it will check to make sure the content isn't explicit, just to go ahead and let you know. But I don't want to limit my video from visibility at all. So just something to think about. And I believe that is the only thing that you really need to show. If you have, the odds that you'll slip up and say a curse word are odd, but you can check this box. It says don't show potential inappropriate words, because YouTube has been implementing a better auto, captioning system. That's why they've added that recently. It wasn't originally there. All right. And feature eligibility, you won't have to worry about. Okay. If all of your videos go into some particular way, and I'm going to say it like this. We just set the hashtags for the channel. You can even go ahead and set your hashtags for your video. Okay. It's up to you. I don't do it because I think my secondary video hashtag should be different, but you have the ability to do this. Also, you can go ahead and determine whether when you put a video in that it goes public, private, or unlisted. So you've got options for your video to start with. Personally, I don't choose this option because when I load a video, I like my videos to be unlisted until they're perfect. So if I'm clipping them, I'm adding a video or image in the front, if I'm doing anything like that, I make them unlisted to begin with, just so I can get peace of mind. But if y'all just trying to get videos up quick, click public. Also, once we said again, the video's actual hashtags we were talking about for just the video, you can fill in some in advance here as well. That's totally up to you. If you're only going to use the same hashtags for all of your videos, then do it. Advanced settings. If you want it to go ahead and drop into a certain category, it's not a bad idea. None of these really match my kind of categories. These are just settings to kind of determine what your video is going to be. Same with the captioning. You can set your captioning words to be set. Really, that's totally up to you. None of that's really super important. Check my permissions. Really, that's about it. So think about channel. When you get into your settings for your channel, make sure you've got your right keywords. Advanced settings, set it for child view, kids view, just because you don't want any limitation on your videos. And that's about it. If you have any defaults for the videos themselves, apply them. Do I have any questions about the first set of settings? Don't get quiet on me, people. This is YouTube. This is a fun program. All right. So I'm gonna hit.
I'll ask a question, Drew.
Of course.
So kind of backing up a little bit where we would enter our name, and you had put in Drew Burr, comma, realtor as an example.
Exactly.
Would it be a little bit more descriptive if we used our name and then Harry Norman Realty, or should we not bring the company name into our channel name?
Well, I mean, personally, I mean, that doesn't hurt anything per se. When we get into your actual channel's description, that's where you could really feature Harry Norman. But honestly, it's personal preference, Stuart.
Okay.
That's how I feel. It's not going to limit you either way.
Right.
The main thing is that your name is in there because it's how Google's going to search. So that's the most key to me.
Great. Thank you.
And of course, absolutely. All right. I'm going to hit save to close that out. All right. So that was your settings as a channel as a whole. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to YouTube because I pushed me into Studio real quick. Let me go ahead and do YouTube. Go back to my channel real quick, and I'm going to show you how the channel settings work, how it looks, and how you can make it look nice. So settings for the channel as a whole, because you're an account. Now you actually want to customize the channel itself now that it is live. So I would click on Customize Channel. Okay. So let's see. Where we've moved a few things. Moving this around.
Drew, how did you get back to that? So I went into YouTube.
Okay.
And it came up as my original account. How do I change accounts to the one I just made?
So you're right here.
No, I'm at the cover page for YouTube.
Cover page for YouTube.
Or
so you see here, type in youtube.com at the top.
right. So it's coming up because this will be my second YouTube channel. And it's coming up the first one. Do you know how I changed the channel?
Right here where it says switch account.
Yep.
You see the one you just created?
Got it.
Perfect. Yeah, I tether between YouTube channels as well. I have a one that I do personally for fishing videos, so I can hop between those two.
Cool.
All right, so I'm gonna go back to my channel. I'm gonna hop into customize my channel. Okay, so now that we're in this window, we have a second set of settings we need to set. So on the far left side, there's a button that says settings again. I'm going to click on this. They haven't consolidated anything. They did consolidate, excuse me. So they've consolidated that setting. Interesting. See, that's the problem with teaching social media classes. There's changes that happen and they do not let you know. Because this used to be a visual part too. So you're on your primary window for the studio. One thing that I point out is your branding option. So I currently have this big A because it's the first letter of Andrew. It is a spot for you to upload a headshot in place. It even gives you the size requirements, a 98 by 98. Now, if you are going to feature your actual logo as yourself, and I believe a few of y'all I can see have logos. I know Francie and Neil have one. Note that it needs white space around it because it crops circle. It's not a square. So it might cut off corners of your logo if it doesn't fit. So give yourself some space around it. You would click on the upload option. I don't know if the Harry Norman will fit, but we'll give it a shot. Ooh, look at that, crop marks. Can y'all see what I'm seeing? See what I mean by there needing to be white space around it? Just something to consider if you're going to use your logo. Your headshot should fit in perfectly because it's going to crop around your head. Click done, it goes into place. After I save this channel out, it will be my primary icon, which is also the icons for when you have a video just above the actual title in the comment section. All right. So the most common question I get about YouTube is, Drew, I'm struggling to get a banner in place on my YouTube channel.
Yeah, that's standing.
Oops, got someone talking.
How you doing?
Here, 1 second. There it goes. All right. The reason why the actual channel banner is such a difficult situation is because the size is extremely deceiving. It tells you that it wants a 2048 by 1152 6 megabyte image, but it doesn't tell you the weird shape that it's requesting. And I'll show you an example of this. All right. So say you're interested in creating a really cool banner for your YouTube channel. This is what they tell you they want, that large YouTube channel. But the truth is this center part right here is all that the channel really needs right here. I know that sounds really unusual, but it's true. The reason why they're saying that large size is because it's the size of the TV screen that it's trying to digest. The odds that somebody is going to hop on a channel banner on their TV is very rare. So I'm going to show you an example of how I do it and how I recommend you ask your marketing coordinator to help you create this. Or if you use Canva, you'll know what the size restraints are. 1 second. I look forward to teaching this class in person, y'all. I really do. That I don't have to hop between windows so much. All right, let me switch my share. All right, so this is my banner for the H&R Office channel. You see that the banner is this sliver in the middle, right? The truth is the banner goes all the way to the top corner and it's like a whitish gray. So when you meet with your marketing coordinator, you're going to ask for that large size, but note that the banner size is the middle. In fact, this is blank space right here because it might get cropped off. The center will always be there. So, did it drop my share? It did. There it goes. So, this is the actual size requirements. I will have this in the video description after the class. So you'll be able to, or you can come to my issue right here, and I'll put it in the comment section real quick. So you'll have it. Okay, so you can go to issue.com and you can download this template and send it to your marketing coordinator, or in Canva, use it in Canva and create the right size for your banner if you want the exact size. I've seen people use gigantic pictures of landscapes and all that kind of stuff just to get by, but this is the exact way to do it. Do I have any questions? I was trying to make it as simple as possible so y'all don't run into any problems. Our marketing coordinators are extremely capable of doing this. I've made several. So just something to think about. See, I've got a lot of windows populating. So after you get your size, you can upload the actual image. See how it fits in there? Can everyone see what I just presented? So the measurements literally match up perfectly. It realizes it's the size of a TV, but it also realizes the banner size is right there in the middle. A lot of trial and error went into this on my end to make sure it fit perfectly, just so you all know. So after it's done, you'll click done. Is it lagging on me? It's lagging on me. Interesting. Am I lagging? Can y'all see me fine?
Mhm.
Interesting. Let me try that again. Yeah, it's the page is lagging. Sorry. Come on, technology, help me out here. See, it's even wiped my my logo away. Well, shoot. I don't want to curse the Cobb Marietta office, Francie. All right, I'm gonna hit the upload again and I'm gonna put it into place. Okay. So I'm guessing it's allowing it to go through. Come on. Yep. Okay. So now that I've done that, another item that you can do is adding a watermark item to your video. Now I will tell you, it's 150 by 150 pixels. You can find them extremely easy when you Google watermark for YouTube, and you can download or save that little teeny subscribe to my videos little icon or subscribe to my channel icon, just so you know. And it's up to you if you want to use it. Some people don't like to use the little subscribe icon because it kind of clutters up the video, but something to consider. And now I'm going to click publish to make it all come real. All right. So just like that, my new icon has been put into place. My new banner is into place. Now I can go to my next step, which is my basic information. Now, even though this says basic information, this is something that you should take full advantage of. Fill in every void in your settings, people. You have the ability to write in a description about yourself. Make it worthy. If you work a particular area, use those hot words that you as an agent know. If you work Sandy Springs, have Sandy Springs in your description. Because you know, everything is searched in Google, including the description of YouTube. And also, there is 1,000 characters you can hit. Hit that 1,000 characters. Take full advantage of that space. So let me get my H&R Trainer account. I'll steal my little description from that real quick. And I'll show you what it looks like. So this is my about section of my trainer account. I'm going to copy that into place. I used 984 characters out of 1,000 when I did mine. Yeah, I would have fully maxed it out, but then I found out I had to have a legal as a corporate employee, so I kind of had to mix it up a little bit. All right, so after you've done that, you can add a language right here. If you need anything translated, for those of you who work in Spanish-speaking industries, that might be worth doing for yourself. Scroll a little bit further down, you're going to add links. Right here, add links under basic info. Take full advantage of this moment. Put in your Facebook URL, put in your Instagram URL. hit all of them. So entering title, this is Instagram. Let's see, did I have mine up? I'm gonna grab it real quick. Got my offshore artist one to put in place. Instagram in place. Add link. Facebook. Don't miss these opportunities to get them in place. Also, your actual Harry Norman email or website, that is extremely important. Website. It really makes a difference when you get to your actual channel. Contact information, if someone reaches out to you. And if you're providing enough quality information about real estate, they probably will. In your banner, it asks you how many of these links that we're showing above are going to be featured on top of the banner. I know that sounds unique, but I'm gonna go back to my home page right here on the right side. See how it says my website and it has my socials? I capped out at 5. I wanted all of them to be present, filling all voids in. Okay. Twitter, LinkedIn, add them in. Someone who's coming to your channel should learn about you. After you do this, and you've covered all ground, you've filled in all your information, you've got all your links in place, you've capped it off with your email address, you're going to publish. Okay? Or I'm assuming some of y'all are working on channels right now because I see y'all looking back and forth. So I like it. All right, so I'm gonna bring my channel, I'm gonna refresh it real quick. And you'll already see my channel looks completely different than what it originally had. I dropped the banner into place. I've got my, my icon in that's gonna be on all of my videos. I've also got my Instagram, Facebook, and link over here showing up. Normally I would completely have it completely logged in, and you can actually arrange the order as well. I'd probably move my website up to be the first one and then go Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and so on, just because I want people to know, here's my site, here's my socials. That's how I would handle it. Of course, if you go to the about, my about is completely capped out. It's got all my information. Also, they can view my email address. I'm just taking advantage of every moment to fill in all voids. Do I have any questions so far? Any ideas that y'all want to try that you were just curious whether it will work or not? Hop through and see your faces. No.
On mine,
Okay.
there should be a giant question mark.
Why?
Simply because when I'm learning something like this, my brain explodes. So you are going to put this on your YouTube channel, right? So that I can go back.
Of course. And you know, actually, I have a shorter version of this. I'll show you real quick on my playlist for my channel. If you go to social media, I have a video right here called YouTube Basics. Last time I taught this class, I didn't actually have it recording. So yeah, so afterwards I did a full recording from start to finish, and it's 33 minutes long, and you can hop around, and it has everything that I'm covering today in it. Perfect. Of course, you know me, I want to provide everything so y'all can get to anything. And of course, that issue link that I showed you in the comment in the chat section will be added into the comments of that video, of this video. So you can go back and reference it. So yes, so these are my basic settings for my channel that I just covered. Your branding, your basic info, and really your layout is another interesting situation. So these allow you to change the priority of certain items, adding sections. And what I mean by that, let me close my Instagram real quick. I'm going to go back to my. So when I created my channel, I determined the priority of the segments of my videos. So at the top, I wanted the most recent uploads to be featured, so y'all wouldn't have any problem getting to new videos. As I go down, I also added a create playlist section so that you can get to the playlist that coincides with what you're interested in. I also featured channels that I thought were important for y'all, just because ninja selling is great. Mike and Simon have really great channels about real estate. I wanted to feature some that I recommend. So to do this channel customization, I chose the layout of how I wanted them to show up. You can move the videos here. You can add sections based on what you have, whether you want to just post live now or popular uploads. You can change and move the priority of how the videos show up. It's pretty neat. And it's going to come over time. As you add videos, you'll determine what is the priority situation. I personally, and I really recommend uploads as your first, because it prioritizes the most recent video you've added. Soon, I'm going to be adding a featured video for returning subscribers where it's just going to be Tori and I, thanks for joining the H&R Trainer channel. I'm so glad you could be here. On this channel, we discuss all of the tools of Harry Norman. And that's what my featured video will be. You can also use it as a trailer as well for people who haven't subscribed. There's two different ways to grab people and have them subscribe to your channel. This is all under the studio settings. Okay. So I've gone over a channel that has no videos in it. Okay. One thing I will point out before I go into my trainer account, up at the top where it says create, this is how you add your videos quickly. So whenever, like for instance, my app files video, I had it completely, it was completed on Zoom. I saved it to my computer. I clicked my upload videos option, and I'm going to go and select my video that I want to apply. I'm going to grab a short video just to make this easier. I'll do a personal video. Don't mind this. So I selected a video. It's going to be loading. It shouldn't take too long because it's such a short video. You'll name your video. Your description. I'm going to describe what this video is all about. Now, take advantage of keywords. If you have links to something else, put them in the description because they will become real links. So for instance, I have just listed 123 Bay Street as a property, and I have a video for it. I sent out a drone recorder, and they sent me back a great video of this property. I'm loading this video into my YouTube channel to feature it. I'm going to say, great new listing 123 Base Street. Okay. Also, my description will be the 9. It will be the full description, whether you're taking it from FMLS or whatever. Okay. Also, some things that I can take advantage of is that there's a website that Mia creates. If y'all checked out Mia, Mia creates a website for your listings that I can use the link in this comment section. You want to capitalize on this description so that they have all resources, whether it's adding a virtual tour link, adding, what's it called? A brochure that you saved on Issue. If y'all haven't checked out issue.com, it's a great resource for booklets, digital booklets, like I showed you, or the size of the banner. You're going to put the links into the description so that the person can go further than just reading this paragraph. An example of how I do stuff like this. Let me go into my CRM video. See, I got it. Are there any copyright issues we should be aware of when using informative videos? It's your video. You are recording yourself. You have all the rights in the world as a social platform to put a video on YouTube. One thing I will point out, there are still GREC requirements when you use a listing. So when the listing closes, you have, I believe, 30 days is a safe window. I know they might have extended that. Does anyone know if it's extended? But 30 days is usually your cap, and you should take the video down. Just something to think about. So for this video, I want to show you how I utilized it. I have my comments for the video, but I've also added issue links for manuals for this particular class I taught, or this skill I taught. See how the links come in place when you paste them in? Make some live links right here. So something to think about to utilize the comment section of the video. Also, you get to choose a thumbnail right here for the video. Right here, it's going to take the thumbnail of the video and put it into place. Now you can create your very own thumbnail. And this, let me grab the quick size restraints on that. This is actually new for me, honestly. I've just now started doing thumbnails that are a little bit more unique. All right, let me get in the comment section real quick, and I'm gonna. The size that I use for my thumbnails, I'm typing into the chat window now. So if you want to be a little bit more creative with your thumbnails, these are the sizes for the thumbnail. So to show an example of how I used it, I'm going to go upload thumbnail. Oh, wait a minute. This is, oh, I need to, it's asking me for a verification. 1 second. If you get a verification situation like this, it's trying to make sure that this channel is really a channel. So listen out for that. It's going to have you send, it's going to send a text message to you with a number. And you're just going to type it into place. 438. Originally, when I taught this class, that verification came much sooner. What's going on? This feature is not available in this channel right now. Wait a minute. It should be, because I just verified it. All right, I'm going to come back to it then. One second. Where's my video? There. All right, I'm going to go back and edit what I was looking at. All right. All right. So it did a quick verification. I approved it. It went to a text message where I put a number in, and now I can add a thumbnail. I'm going to click upload thumbnail. I'm going to go grab the thumbnails that I have saved. And I've in the chat box, I put the sizes for these thumbnails. I'm going to select the thumbnail I created. I'm going to open it, and it will be the thumbnail that I'm going to use. I know I kind of hopped around right there. Do I have any questions about the thumbnail option? It's basically when you get to a point where you're really creative, your main goal right now is to get videos in. You want to get your videos in. You want to feel comfortable with getting the videos into YouTube. If you go a little bit further, creating these thumbnails is pretty fun. A lot of people make them in Canva that I know, and they just make a series of them based on what their videos are going to be. Your next option is you can put this video into a playlist. Y'all already know I'm a huge advocate of playlists. You should segment your videos, especially if you have several of them. So for instance, if you want to do a listings, we'll say it's Andrew's listings playlist. I'll create it. This video will go into Andrew's listings. It helps along the way to clean up your channel as you go. Once again, it's already selected. Yes, it's made for kids. That was something we did in the initial settings so that there is complete visibility of your video. After you've done all this, you click save. And your video is in place. I'm working solely out of the studio. If anyone's wondering how is the quickest way to get to studio on your channel, there's a manage videos option that'll take you straight into your studio. I think it's still loading. The video is still loading. Yeah. Oh, it's unlisted. Let me make this public real quick. You can also determine what the visibility of the video is, which, like I said, usually I keep them unlisted because I want to make sure they're refined before they go live on YouTube. I'm going to make this one public. Now I'm going to refresh my channel, and you'll see I have my very first video featured on my YouTube channel that I created today. I want to hear some questions. Scott, what are you planning to do with your YouTube channel?
I have no idea yet. I'm just getting started. I'm still getting the courage to actually make a video.
You know, we are so blessed in these ages to have these phones that their pixel rates are so impressive.
Yeah,
so impressive. You know, one thing that I would probably recommend is do a test video.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, sitting down with your broker, putting your camera up on the table with a tripod or whatever, because tripods, you can get them for $10 on Amazon right now for phones. I have one. It has a Bluetooth button that starts the video. So you just keep it in your pocket and you can start the video while you're sitting there. And it also stops the video as well. So I would do that. I would come up and I would load my video into my channel. Load it as it is. Load it as if you are just fine with what it is to start. Then you're going to come into your manager video. You're going to come over to, well, actually it's right here. You're going to come over to your video that shows up that you just loaded in as a test run. And you're going to click on the pencil mark to edit the video. You're going to come over and you're going to go to the editor. Okay, so this is your bootleg quick video you made, you and your broker having a great time, probably having a drink, discussing how crazy this real estate market is. You come over, you hit your editor. Your video is in front of you. Okay, so say the first few seconds is of you just giggling, okay? Right. And you can watch it, you can listen to it. Okay, but say when you get to about the 1 minute mark is where y'all really do start discussing real estate. So this is where you can take your trim option and you can trim that very first section for a minute off the video. So you're doing like mass editing, but you're doing it on the YouTube's editor. After it sits the way you want it, you can click what's known as the preview option. Okay, when you click the preview option, it's basically locking in your trim. It says, yes, okay, you've trimmed the video. That's cool. Now to save your trim, there's a save option at the top of the video. And you're going to save the changes to the trim. Depending on how long the video takes, it says video is being processed. Please check back later. Give it a few minutes and it will trim off that first few minutes where y'all were just chucking it up, basically. And your video is more refined. Just something to think about. You're only going to get good at doing videos on YouTube by doing multiple videos. The comfort level just gets better and better. And honestly, see, it's already done trimming. This video is already done. So now I can go back to my channel content, my videos here. I want to check out my channel again. And now this video is ready to play and you trim the video. So that's my recommendation. Take full advantage of this YouTube. Go back and check out the settings, make sure all your settings right, make sure your hashtags are right, and just throw in a video and see how it works. You know, that was what I did the very first time. I did my first video as the CRM training, how to add context to your CRM. And I did like 15 different variations to make sure I had it right. But I got better and better at it. And then I started introducing new things. So YouTube is a lot of fun. It should be your portfolio for videos and also showing that you're a quality agent. Do I have any questions?
I have a question.
Of course.
Can we go back to customize channel?
Sure.
And where you added the little icons for Instagram, Facebook, so on and so forth?
It is under basic info right here.
Yeah, and so I'm adding in Instagram and Facebook, but the icons aren't coming up on the banner, and I don't know why.
Interesting. So you labeled them as Instagram,
Yes.
Facebook, and
Yep.
you have the full URL, not slash whatever.
Yep, full URL. Yep.
Interesting. You made sure that this says first 5 links, not none.
Yep. Although I didn't have the Instagram or the Facebook capitalized, I don't know if that matters.
It shouldn't. Have you refreshed to make sure it's on your you're not on your banner now? Sometimes I'll make changes, I'll save it, but I won't refresh the view and I won't see it. Like for instance, here, I'll publish, make sure you publish at the top right. I'm gonna come back to my channel because I moved my website to be the very first icon. And now it says website in front.
Yeah, I don't have it.
Interesting.
I wonder,
Well,
could it be because I didn't upload a banner per se?
No, I mean, it should sit into place there. Should sit into place even though there isn't a banner. I mean, the best way to test that is just find any picture and set it as your banner. Go over to your branding, you know, upload anything, whether it's a scenic view of the beach, and see if it'll lay on top of it. But I thought they would still load no matter what.
Okay, I'll play with it.
Yeah, just for a second. If in a second I can promote you and you and I can look at your account after this is done. I just want to see if I have any more questions about creating a channel, not being afraid to put videos in. The really cool thing is this is actually fairly new. You can go live on YouTube and immediately gets a video onto your channel that once again you can clip and edit after the fact. Something to think about. That was not something, when I first started this channel, that wasn't really a feature that you could use. Neil, you got any questions for me? Oh, you're muted. Muted.
Sorry, technology, right? If I can't take myself off mute, I'm not going to be very successful at doing the videos.
It's, you know, it's one of the first, it's the most used comment on all Zoom calls. You're muted, you're muted.
I know, I've heard it before too. So that's even more embarrassing. So I had the same problem as Scott, I think. So I put in some of my links there and it's not showing there either. And I don't have a banner there either. So I don't know.
Try slipping in an image and see if that's keeping it from being visible.
Yeah, I'll do that later. A couple of other questions though. You know when you were
course.
putting, when you were putting in the keywords,
Yes,
you don't need to put the hashtag in front, and you can separate. The words don't need to be combined as one. You can have spaces in between them.
you
'Cause I know
can
that
have
some
spaces
places-
between it. Yeah, it'll make it its own keyword together. So real estate is, 2 words, but it's its own entity. You put a
Yeah.
comma and separates it. And the reason why is YouTube uses hashtags in a different way.
Mhm.
So they just use them as keywords as the hashtag. So
Right.
yeah, you've got the idea.
Okay. And then, when you had the editor option up when you were editing the video.
That's right. You may do it real quick?
Yeah. Could you go back?
Of course. Okay. I'm going to hit the pencil, which brings the video for its own editing, and I'm going to hit editor.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Yeah, the video itself has its own editor for the video itself. So
Mhm.
it really helps a ton, honestly.
Okay.
Now, of course, like I told you, the better way for getting the full extent of the video is taking it into iMovie or Premiere, because you can add like image or, like you said, text and voiceover to it.
Yep.
But there you go.
Okay. And
I
then,
know you're going to be extremely creative with it because I know you.
yeah, I tried doing it in iMovie. And so my other question is, that I actually tried to put the video on there, but I didn't want to make it public. I
Sure.
wanted to send it to an individual. And I sent the link to somebody, but they said they couldn't access it. It was coming up.
Okay.
So
So
did something wrong.
even visibility here.
Yep.
Private doesn't make it visible on YouTube at all.
Oh, okay. I had it as
There you
private.
go. If you use it as unlisted, what it
Yep.
does is it makes it a private link. See, they really should change the wording, but unlisted makes it so it's not just fully promoted. Like I have multiple videos on the H&R Trainer as unlisted that are there, but y'all can't see it at all. Only I can in the back end.
Right.
And if I sent the link, someone could watch it.
Okay. So that must have been it then, because I set it as private and then used the link and they couldn't see it. So
And
I would have to
yeah.
leave it as unlisted.
Leave it as unlisted and you can forward the link to them.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you.
Of course. No, that is awesome questions. I've never had those, and those are good ones. Thank you, Neil.
I did just upload a random picture for the banner, and that did take care of it. Now the Instagram and Facebook show up.
Another little thing for social media that they put a kink in, right? Well, thank you for testing that.
Yeah.
So now the trick is, now that you know that there's the option to put the banner, you need to corner your marketing coordinator and create a really cool banner for yourself.
Yeah, this isn't gonna work.
What did you end up putting in?
A picture of a porch.
Well, I mean, hey, it's a starting point, I'm telling you. So, I know a couple of agents who've utilized YouTube in different ways. I know Butch Whitfield from In Town has been doing some really great videos, him and John. And I've seen some from other companies where they've created multiple playlists where they covered the gauntlet of what they do as an agent. They have their listings tab, they have their new construction, they have their relocation tab, and each one of them is a different thing that agent does well. I even know someone who features her husband who does renovations and new construction. He's a contractor, certified contractor. She has a channel for him that's incorporated on her real estate channel. Do that. Create a great portfolio about you.